Fellow Patriots, today's video has some pretty good news. Well, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. But Kyle Rittenhouse won't be charged in Illinois. Yeah, they originally tried to say that he brought the rifle that he used over state lines. He did not. It was not even his gun. He was given it to him by the guy who owned the business that he was guarding. It was his gun, not Kyle's. Really? The only thing that Kyle could be charged on is being, a minor and having a rifle. I highly doubt that he will be charged with killing anyone. Just at the fact that they came out with new evidence. Well, actually it's kind of old evidence, but they're going to use this evidence to prove that he did not fire first. There's a picture showing the muzzle blast of a handgun coming from behind him before he ever even shot his gun. So that's pretty much clear-cut self-defense. He thought he was being shot at. He feared for his life. People were swarming him. He didn't really have a choice. And then when they knocked him to the ground, they came up and tried to take his gun, which also would be him fearing for his life. Because they can say whatever they wanted to say, but daggone good and well that they would have taken his gun from him and shot him with it. It's what they do. And the guy that he supposedly killed, the coroner said that he didn't die from being shot by Kyle. He died by getting shot from somebody behind him. That's why if you watch the actual videos, which I rewatched them just the other day, they say the dude died because Kyle shot him in the head. No. If you look at it, he did shoot him in the head, but he kind of just grazed him. It wasn't a direct, headshot like they're claiming it was. You can see no real visible wounds on the front of his body or his head. I mean, it wasn't even really bleeding. They said he got shot by the guy behind him, not Kyle. That's why he died. But let's read the story. Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old accused of shooting 3 people and killing 2 of them at an anti-racism protest in August, will not face charges in his home state of Illinois, the Lake County State Attorney's Office announced Tuesday. In a news release, authorities say that they determined the weapon used in the August 25th shooting had been purchased, stored, and used in Wisconsin, and there was no evidence Rittenhouse ever used or possessed the weapon in the state of Illinois. In Wisconsin, Rittenhouse is charged with first-degree intentional homicide. He'll get off. Attempted intentional homicide and misdemeanor charge of underage firearm possession. That's the only thing that's probably going to stick. But even though he was underage and had a gun, that doesn't negate the use of self-defense. Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old accused of shooting 3 people and killing 2 of them at a Kenosha, Wisconsin protest, will not face charges in his home state of Illinois, local authorities said. In a Tuesday news release from the Lake County, Illinois State Attorney's Office, authorities said that they determined the weapon used in Kyle's stored, yada. Same thing up there. Rittenhouse, a supporter of President Donald Trump and the pro-police Blue Lives Matter movement. I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's just the leftist media pushing that, I guess, right-wing people are insane murderers. Traveled from his hometown of Antioch, Illinois, to Kenosha, Wisconsin on August 25th, where police say he shot 3 people and killed 2. He was arrested by Illinois police on August 26th. Rittenhouse faces several charges stemming from the August incident, including first-degree intentional homicide, attempted intentional homicide, and a misdemeanor charge of underage firearm possession. The shooting occurred at an anti-racism and anti-police brutality demonstrations in Kenosha following the police shooting of Jacob Blake. I'm sorry, Jacob Blake was not innocent. I honestly don't see how he's not in jail. He did not comply with police. He had a weapon, and the woman accused him of certain bad things that a man can do to a woman. And she was also screaming out that he was trying to kidnap her children. So, that, in addition to the fact that he had an open warrant for his arrest. I'm sorry. He's lucky that he only got paralyzed. He's lucky he's still alive. That many shots, almost point blank, dude's lucky he's still alive. He should be in jail for what he did. I know all these left-wing imbeciles donated millions of daggone dollars to him for being a criminal and breaking the law. Yeah, break the law, get paid. Meanwhile, all the fundraisers set up for Kyle, they immediately got taken down. The sad world we live in. Video from August 23rd incident shows police in Kenosha fired their weapons at Blake at least 7 times while he had his back turned toward him, leaving paralyzed from the waist down. The video helped to reignite nationwide protests that began in May following the police killing of 46-year-old George Floyd in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which was also caught on camera, which was also proven that he died from the copious amounts of drugs he had in his system. The coroner said so. He did not die from asphyxiation, like everyone is claiming. He did not die from the officer having his knee on his neck. He died from a drug overdose. The coroner, I believe, also said that he was going through the early stages of dying from an overdose before the police even showed up. But, all these left-wing nut jobs just need any excuse. They're bringing up stuff that happened 15, 20 years ago. They're reaching for anything to write about now. Travels from his whole town of Huntington, Illinois to Kenosha on August 20. Let's see. Yeah, I read that. It's also caught on camera. Since Rittenhouse was charged in connection to the shooting, he has received support from conservatives and other far-right activists who have refused to condemn his actions and have rallied behind him, even raising money to support his legal defense. He did nothing wrong. Why don't you go after the crap ton of rioters who chased him down and hit him and fired at him? Why aren't you blaming them? The one dude that lived that he shot blew off his bicep. Yeah, the picture of him showing his bicep being blown off, the dude is still holding his gun in his hand. And he says his only regret is not killing Kyle. Why aren't you blaming any of them psychopaths? Why is it Kyle, who was trying to do the right thing, protect someone's business instead of trying to burn it to the ground? Oh, and the fact that he also stopped people from pushing a flaming dumpster into a gas station, which could have caused the entire gas station to ignite and explode. People, gas is flammable. It go... Yeah, which could have killed a crap ton of people. But no. Kyle was the bad person in this. Not the rioters destroying, looting, and burning everything to the ground. No, they're okay. Rittenhouse is scheduled to appear in Illinois in an Illinois court on October 30th for a hearing to address whether the teen should be extradited to Wisconsin, the Chicago Sun-Times reported. Lawyers for the 17-year-old previously said that they plan to fight his extradition. Now, Kyle is also being held without bond, which I think is bullcrap. I mean, he did nothing wrong at all. If you watch all the videos on it, I mean, it proves it. He did not fire first. Everything he did was in self-defense. He tried to run away. He even tried to render medical aid to the guy, but the mob chased him away. Kyle is a good dude in my book. He shouldn't face any charges at all. But the left just, they want to, I guess, make an example out of him for trying to do the right thing. For trying to stop people from destroying the U.S. But no, that's what the leftists want. And I just don't understand it. Why do you want to destroy your own cities? Why do you want to destroy people's property? Why do you want to destroy someone's life? These people did nothing wrong. They may be protesting police brutality, okay, but why you gotta go and burn down some daggone person's shop? Why do you gotta run in and loot everything? Oh, they have insurance. No, insurance doesn't cover everything. Okay? All the places, the places at the beginning of the riots, when the riots first started in Portland, the places that got burnt down, destroyed, insurance didn't pay for it. Insurance said, okay, we'll cover 25 grand of it or so, but the rest is up to you. And for cleanup, it costs about 100 grand. Or more in some cases. So insurance was only going to pay $25,000 of it. The rest had to come out of the store owner's pockets. So how in the heck does insurance pay for everything? It doesn't. Those people lost everything. They lost their livelihood, they lost their business, they lost their life, pretty much. They will never, ever be able to recover from that. But yet, all these idiots out there use that as an excuse. Oh, they got insurance. The riots that happened a few years ago, it infuriated me. News crew was interviewing a dude. There was a car burning in the background. They asked him, well, what do you think about that car burning? No, it's just some random person's car. In their neighborhood now, in their own neighborhood, that they just ran up to and set on fire. And they asked the dude, well, what do you think about that? Pretty much your neighbor's car is over there burning to the ground. He just looked over, looked back, literally laughed and said, hope they got insurance. That's the way these sick people think. They don't care. They don't care unless it happens to them. I'm not really going to preach at you to prepare like I have been, but you need to. But I think this video has gone on long enough. Kyle does not deserve any of this. He doesn't even deserve to be still locked up. They should at least give him some kind of a bail. He is not a murderer. Anyone who has seen the tapes will see that. Now the videos are out there. You know where to look. Unedited. But do your research. Come up with your own conclusions. Don't believe everything you read. on the internet. Don't believe everything you see on TV. Do not believe the mainstream media. Do your own research, people. Hell, don't even believe me. Do your own research. See it with your own eyes. And don't believe the first singular thing you come across from like CNN or something. And anyway, stay vigilant. And I will see y'all in the next one.